Hi, my name is Mike Fear. Welcome to Now You're Cooking. I'm going to do a demonstration here of a couple of things. I'm going to start off with a recipe for cheesecake. This is a cheesecake called Currant Cheesecake. It's inspired by Maid Currants. And with the cheesecake, I'm going to use my good old trusty Springform pan right here. This is an 8-inch Springform pan. And the first thing I need is the cracker crumb. And I am using something called McVities Digestive Biscuits. These are great. They're great to eat. We love them. Come from England, like me. And so I'm going to put about 4 or 5 ounces of this cracker crumb in here. And then I'm going to break up the cracker crumb, break it up in the bowl. And so while I am breaking that up, I've been melting some butter here, and I have about, I would say 2/3 of a stick of butter. And I also have, I'm going to be putting in 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to mix that right in. And so I've got the sugar. And the other thing I'm going to put in is 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And that gives it a nice little bit of flavor. Okay. And I think that looks good. And next I'm going to add the butter. It's nicely melted. Okay. Just stir that and get so it's nice and soaked in butter. What could be better? Butter, biscuits. Oh, we call them biscuits in England. You call them cookies. Butter, cookies, cinnamon, and sugar. Great base. And now I'm just going to take and I'm going to pour this right in to the base here. Okay, set that aside. And now I'm going to press this down nice and get it as flat as I can, nice and level in the bottom. And there we go. That's looks pretty good right there. And once I have that, until I'm ready to put the filling, I'm just going to pop this right in the fridge just to keep it cool. There we go. And we'll bring that right back out when we're ready for the next piece. So next we're going to, one thing I didn't mention. I have some currants here soaking. Currants are like a dried grape, small dried grape, small dried raisin, I should say. They all come from grapes. These are just a little bit smaller. That's why it's called Currant Cheesecake. It's because I'm going to put the currants in the cheesecake after a while here. So, so they're just soaking in water because, and I'll drain them before I put them in the mixture. So next I'm going to use my trusty Breville mixer, and we're going to start off. I've got 16 ounces of cream cheese, so that's two packs of cream cheese. I'm just going to throw the first one in, and I'm just going to start the mixing process here, and let that go, and throw the other one in. And what's a good idea is to actually leave the cream cheese out to soften a little bit before you go. And I'm actually going to put another 2/3 of a stick of butter in, and this has been out also, so that's nice and soft. Getting it nice and soft before the start is a good idea. Okay, it's getting nice and mixed up. We want to put some vanilla in there, and I'm going to put a half a teaspoon. That's half a tablespoon. We don't want that one. We want half a teaspoon. It is very important to measure very accurately. Otherwise, this would taste very, very strongly of vanilla, which could be worse. But so we've put vanilla in there. Little pinch of salt. I'm going to grab a pinch of salt from my handy dandy salt pig. So just a quick pinch of salt in there, and we're going to put a couple of eggs. I am never very good at cracking eggs, and so the worst thing for me to do is to crack the egg directly into the bowl. If I crack it into another bowl first, then I can see if I put any shell in there, and it's possible that a small piece of shell won't notice. You won't notice it in the mixture, but I'd rather not put it in there. And then we're going to mix it some more. And that's coming together nicely. And then we'll crack the next one. And there we go. Put that one in, just like that. And away we go again. I'm gonna set that down there. Tastes beautiful. Except I haven't put the sugar in. It's always a wise thing to taste before you go too far, because you may suddenly remember you left something out. I'm going to actually put in a half a cup of sugar. This didn't quite taste sweet enough. Okay. And now we have our cake base, and we'll just take this, and here we go. Oh, yet again, forgetting the all-important currants. And we need to strain the currants. And I think I have a strainer somewhere, hopefully. If not, the fingers do a wonderful job. Okay. Okay. So now you can go the currants. So it really makes sense for you to have everything lined up, and probably makes sense to have the recipe right in front of you so that you can go down one by one instead of winging it, but we seem to be. So now we're going to put the mixture right in. And just spread that over the base. Okay. And now, there it is. Just, it'll settle down. You can see what a nice little cheesecake that is. And we just pop it in the oven. just like that. Okay, it looks like we're almost ready to bring our cheesecake out. We've had it in the oven at a little over 350 degrees, about 35 minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out, and we just want a nice finish on the top. So I'm going to then move it up and put it under the broiler and just give it a nice little color to it. And then we won't eat it right away. We'll let it cool in the refrigerator, and it'll be just perfect. There we go. And pop this one out. Try not to burn my fingers. And there we go. And it's still a little bit loose on the top. Now I'm going to just turn to broil. Right there. And then we're going to pop it back in, right under the broiler. Now this is one where you really need to watch it closely. We're going to just turn on the oven light just to kind of keep an eye open, and just keep the, it'll just give a nice bit of color. You don't want to have to be scraping black off the top. I have done this before where I did have to scrape black off the top. Whipped cream is very handy when you have that situation occur. And seems like it's just doing nicely here. I always think a couple of minutes under the broiler should be plenty. And we'll see here. This again, another case where a watched pot never boils. In this case, a watched cheesecake never browns. But if you don't watch it, it blackens. We'll take a quick look here. And it's actually starting to get some color to it. Just turn it a little bit. Pop it for a little bit more time. A nice even brown surface is what we're aiming for. And so in just a second we should see success. And however it turns out, if it's not perfect, it will taste well. And it'll be just, but not too much charcoal, we hope. And I start to see a little smoke. And so there we go. And that's about all I want to, just to color it up there. And so there you have currant cheesecake, and it's going to be in the refrigerator, and we're going to have a lovely slice of cheesecake tomorrow. And thank you for joining us at Now You're Cooking. We'll see you next time.